you remember what y'all's first date was?
Oh, gosh.
Or like how he asked you on a date.
We probably just said, "Do you want to go to the Blue Moon?" Or we'd meet up at the Blue Moon.
I remember coming to the dairy barn at the Kalispell Fair because I was milking my cow and I was so embarrassed. And then I think we went to the carnival in the rodeo, and that's...
And then
I don't know.
a lot of nights at the Blue Moon.
I just think this is a funny place for an interview, the dirtiest spot on our whole place. I would have cleaned up more. I do let this get pretty cluttered, but it's my craft room. I have to. So these are all wilderness worn shoes. We pull them off all the mules 3 times a year, 3 to 4 times a year. So 80 horses and mules 3 times a year. I get all the shoes. I'm Gail Workman. I was raised in Columbia Falls. All 7 of us kids went to school in Columbia Falls. My dad logged. My mom and us kids ran the dairy. I played college basketball at FVCC when they had a team. And got a scholarship to Dillon, but ended up marrying him and going to Spotted Bear.
Bill Workman, and I think I'm the 4th generation workman on this place. Grew up helping ranchers, helping my dad outfit, packing mules, and that's about it. Not much changed. So.
Wait, hang on. You closed down the Blue Moon and then...
And have breakfast at the Night Owl because they were a 24-hour restaurant at a time, and then he would go to work. I hate staying up late.
Except when you're young and in love, you can stand it. But
God. Yeah, you don't have to use that part.
I'm a crazy bro.
Stop. I'm gonna... Could you hold this and scoot over so I can drive my car? Yeah, I can hold that. Oh, it's just like... set it on your lap. It's heavy.
Has the scene of packing changed from, you started doing it
40 or 50 years.
Now, is there anything significantly different?
I mean, when we
Plus
first started, we
or
didn't even
minus,
have a
depending
radio on the saddle. And I was pregnant packing with him a month before I had her. Now everybody has an inReach. They have their cell phones with satellite. They have sat phones. So that's a big difference. I mean, used to be you go back there and you're just back there. We never checked in from a cabin when we got there. Now everybody has to check in, which I think is important safety-wise. That part of it, I think, is different.
I don't know when they started caring about the packers because they all had radios except us for a long time.
Can you hear me?
Has Montana changed over the years?
Well, a little more people, but yeah.
A lot more people, less agriculture.
We noticed it right here because we didn't used to have a single neighbor, say. But even since we've lived here, how many neighbors have we got? The credit union actually borrowed us the money. That's how we bought our first chunk of land. There's another old family that lived down the road about halfway to town. Their last name was Utters. And when I was a kid, there's an old guy in our church. He'd say, if you go up Pinkham, he said, there's nothing but Workmans and Workmans and Workmans and a few others.
Sage is pretty cute. He's only 8, but I asked him what he wanted to do when he grew up, and he wants to take over Grandpa's business. That's pretty neat. I think he's getting it, like the tradition and following the footsteps of Bill.
Yeah.
Whether he ever does or not, or have the opportunity. But right now, he's learning and wanting to. I think that's really neat.
Is there anything that we should say about tradition?
I think we're losing some of it. people,
think,
maybe that's not important, or we're losing
Some people are
it.
different generation than me and Gail now, and probably doesn't mean quite as much. They still like to work in the bob, all this and that, but I don't know if they quite.
I want to say they don't get it, but what don't they get?
But when I press the button.
Now he's got his coffee. All right, thanks for indulging me.
This one's even better.